Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. So I wasn't planning on filming today, but I am going out in the garage and I'm going to do an active recovery day. I do have off days where I don't go in the gym at all, but today's supposed to be a training day and I'm deloading to get ready for a meet this weekend, not competing. Relentless Power Systems is hosting our first meet, so I'm trying to make sure my knee isn't busted for the weekend. So I'm taking it easy today, and I just wanted to bring you guys with me to show you some of the body weight movements I do. Some of it's going to be banded. I'm going to include a kettlebell, but overall, it's mostly my rehab work, some core work, and then just addressing some of the issues that I have as far as other weaknesses. So if you want to see what I do on an active recovery day, then stay tuned and keep on watching. I always start with a shoulder warm up, especially with the fact that I've been having issues with my shoulders lately. The thing is, even though I'm using a light band, the way I use them to warm up actually feels like a good workout for me. And I know it's because it's addressing weaknesses I have in some of the smaller muscles. So by pulling the band back and holding it at the top, that is actually working the muscles in my shoulder, and I can really feel it burning. Doing these band pull aparts with my palms upwards instead of downwards helps me feel like I'm actually working my rear delts more and focusing on that instead of pulling the band apart and possibly getting my mid back and my traps in the movement as well. So this is a lot more focused on, again, warming up my shoulders and working my rear delts, which are one of my weaknesses. Trust me when I say you can get a really good pump doing these and it will start to burn. For this exercise, I learned this in rehab and I'm showing you what I'm doing facing forward, but you do it facing the wall and you slide your arms up and down the wall. The most important part is to make sure that you have tension in the band the entire time. So I spread the band apart with my wrists and then I slide my arms down the wall and then back up the wall and pull them back over my head. This burns the crap out of my shoulders, but it also feels really good afterwards because I feel like my entire shoulder is warmed up, not just working on the rear delts or the front delts or whatever. All of these exercises seem so minimal, but when you do them, they help to keep your shoulders healthy and you can get a really good workout doing them. Just change the tension of the band if you want more work. This is another variation that I learned to help me focus on really packing my shoulder in and getting everything stabilized and then working through the motion to pull the band back. Whenever we bench press, we want to make sure that our shoulders are really stable and that our lats and scapulas are depressed and packed really tightly in our back. This exercise actually helps me focus on how to do that so it becomes easier when I'm training and bench pressing. This is just a different angle to show you exactly what my back is doing while I'm doing the motion. You see that I pull just my shoulder back and get everything packed in, and then I pull my shoulder back. So I wanted you guys to be able to see exactly what I'm doing versus just seeing it from the side. You see exactly how this movement works. It is two completely separate, dedicated movements. Don't rush through it and just pull back into the second part of the movement. This exercise is called a Pallof press. It is also spelled Pavlov on Google, whatever. This is working your core, but it's also full body because you have to work hard to keep the band centered in front of you and not let it pull you back in the opposite direction. So you're working your shoulders, you're working your core. I feel this in my glutes. I feel this in my legs because I'm trying to keep my entire body stable and only focus on pushing the band. It's a lot harder than it looks. Give it a try. Kettlebell swings are a really good exercise to help improve endurance as well as to build explosiveness. So, doing these, you don't just want to swing the bell and have everything loose and your back is bending. You want to keep everything rigid. When you finish the swing, you want your body to be vertical. And as you can see with me turning to the side, I am making sure that when I swing my hips through, that I am squeezing and flexing my glutes really hard. I'm also flexing my quads. So focus on what you're doing through the movement. That's with any exercise that you do. Don't just go through the motions. Really focus on what you're doing and engage those muscles. I specifically like doing this exercise for my abs because I not only feel it in my upper abs, I feel it in my lower abs, and I also feel it in my quads. As you get better with this movement, you can do it without holding on. You can also add flutter or scissor kicks. There are different variations, but it's a great total core workout. I'm using my Gain Sports Gear hip circle to place around my feet to now work my hip flexors. I sit at a desk all day and my hip flexors are honestly weak and always tight. So these really hurt. They suck and I don't do them often, but on days when I have active recovery, I do all of the little things that I may neglect from my heavier training sessions because I'm too burnt or I'm running low on time. You can change the resistance with the type of band that you use to start off if you need to make these a little easier. Or if you're a G, grab you a band that's more resistant. And when you lift your leg up, hold it for a little while longer. You will be hurting afterwards. I can promise you that. Doing these side steps with the band around my knee works the crap out of my glutes, of course, but I also feel like this is helping with my rehab for my knee. When I first had surgery, these were really hard for me to do and very painful. And now I'm able to do them better and I'm able to get in more of a squat position while I do them. So if you're just starting and you want to make these a little easier, you can start with the band higher on your knees because it's harder to spread the band apart that way. But then if you move it down closer to your shin, mid shin, or your ankles, you can spread the band further and get more resistance that way. I personally have been trying to incorporate more push ups in my accessory exercises, or even on days when I'm not training. Sometimes I will just randomly do them throughout the day. It's been so long since I did them regularly, and I forgot how much these can actually make you feel a good burn. If you're not good at them, of course, you can start on your knees, but work a few in several times throughout the day to help build up your endurance for how many you can do.
All right, guys, that's it for the workout today. As you saw, no dumbbells, no weights, no bars, no nothing. So this is something that is really easy to do at home. I maxed out the last couple times I worked out, so I just felt like it'd be good for my body and for my knee to give myself a break. So this week, I'm not just staying home and not doing anything. I'm doing an active recovery where I'm still getting some blood flow, still doing my rehab, but I'm not lifting weights. And guess what? I got a good burn, I got a good sweat, I focused on my core and a lot of the other stuff that I need to do that I don't always focus on when I'm tired for lifting. Use your day smart. It doesn't have to be heavy all the time. It doesn't have to be max effort. You'll stay in the game a lot longer that way. See you guys next time. Bye.